Hello Gates, this is explosive, so pay attention from the first second. She hated Cloris Leachman, and we now have the reason. It's not just a petty dislike or a one-off spat. This is a story of betrayal, ambition, fractured trust, and one woman's refusal to forgive. When you hear the truth, it will change how you see everything you thought you knew about her career and her relationships. Here's a shocking fact: Cloris once told press, "I'm so sick of Betty White, never liked her." That comment sparked jaws to drop across Hollywood. Behind the laughter and Oscars and sitcom fame was under-the-surface rivalry. And today we're peeling back the curtain to show exactly why she earned that kind of resentment, a resentment that went far deeper than we thought. Stay with me, because by the end you'll understand how one moment changed everything for everyone involved, and you'll be left with a question you can't ignore: what happens when genius meets insecurity, and one woman refuses to back down? I'll show you the full arc, the spark, the explosion, and the aftershocks. Let's begin now. It all starts in the late 1950s. Cloris Leachman was married to producer-director George England, and at the same time rising in Hollywood. But then, entered Joan Collins. According to accounts, Collins was drawn to England, despite his marriage, and the tension between these two women took root. One late-night phone call changed everything. Joan called Cloris at 4 a.m., confessed her love for George. Cloris, pregnant, shocked. The relationship didn't end there. Cloris says she found Joan and George together. That night marked the shift Cloris would never forget. At this point you might ask, why did this turn into full-blown hate? Because Cloris didn't just feel betrayed, she felt exposed. She was pregnant, vulnerable, working hard to protect her family, and suddenly the woman she thought was just a friendly actress was revealed as a direct threat. That kind of wound doesn't heal quietly. Fast forward, Cloris begins to let her resentment show. She uses stage and on-camera opportunities to goad and jibe. In one play she reportedly added Joan Collins' name directly into a list of people going straight to hell. That wasn't just a joke, it was a public statement. Meanwhile, Cloris publicly joked about her dislike of another co-star, Betty White, saying, "I'm so sick of Betty White." It sparked headlines. Was she serious? Maybe not entirely. But the message was clear: she would say what she wanted. Here's the twist you didn't expect: Cloris wasn't just fighting other women. She was fighting the image of herself. She was known for comedic roles, lightheartedness, winning Emmys, etc. Yet inside, she was seething at being perceived as lesser or overshadowed. She once admitted she'd lay awake nights thinking she could have done scenes better. So the resentment had multiple targets: the rival, the spouse, the industry, and even her own fears. One incident that shows the stakes: on the set of a show, she cleaned someone's nose when that person was nervous, and the person yelled at her, "Don't be pushy." Cloris' reaction was frankly blunt. "What the hell," she said. This simple moment reveals how she felt: undervalued, disrespected, ready to fight back. That readiness is part of why people hated her, or at least felt threatened by her. And here's the final piece: while she projected confidence and jokes, the internal story was very different. Betrayal from her husband's affair, a miscarriage, a sense of being constantly challenged by younger stars. She felt she had to prove herself again and again. That's the full circle: the personal wound became the public performance. The deeper truth is that she hated being disrespected, and apparently she hated Collins and others because they symbolized that disrespect. So there you have it: the reason she couldn't stand Cloris Leachman is not what you'd expect. It's a blend of betrayal, ambition, wounded pride, and a woman who decided she would not stay silent. It's a drama of Hollywood, but also a drama of the human heart. Now here's what I want you to think about: when you see someone who seems confident, untouchable, funny, do you ever ask what went into building that image? The next time you laugh at a sitcom or an actress's line, remember, there may be wounds behind that smile. If this story made you rethink someone you thought you knew, do something. Share which moments surprised you most in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear which twist hit you. And if you're curious about the aftermath, how both women's careers shifted and how these dynamics affected their lives,